Empowering women and youths by increasing their participation in all aspects of political, social, and economic life has become increasingly necessary for continued capacity building. One of the pillars of development is education and has become an important tool in the efforts to sensitize and mobilize women and youths in any community for its development. This is a vital need in FCT rural communities, and the FCT MDGs Office has taken up the challenge to empower women and youths in these communities through skills acquisition and entrepreneurship training. The Skills Acquisition Program of the FCT MDGs Office kicked off with the baseline survey conducted by the Project Support Unit in 2008. That survey reiterated some of the factors that hinder the full participation of women and youths in social-economic development of their communities and the nation at large. It revealed that 43% of the communities in the Federal Capital Territory are without schools as opposed to 57% that have schools. 25% of the communities have enough teachers, while 75% have no teachers. Only 2% of FCT residents earn over 50,000 Naira annually. 50% of families in the 858 communities earn between 20,000 to 50,000 Naira annually. Another 39% earn between 10,000 to 20,000 Naira. These findings call for a deliberate effort to build capacities across the FCT in order to arrest the downward spiral and achieve set goals towards 2015. The Skills Acquisition Program of the FCT MDGs Office is an empowerment tool designed to support the building of capacities, promoting gender equality, and empowering women and youths. The program focuses on training in food processing and confectionaries, tailoring and fashion design, soap and cream making, animal husbandry, knitting and cardigan making, plaster of Paris (POP) and tiling, electrical installation, carpentry and joinery, secretariat and computer studies, and then entrepreneurship education.
We realize that capacity building is a very, very important aspect in everything we do. In fact, let me say my department is mainly about capacity building because we deal with youth empowerment, skills acquisition. So that has to do with capacity building. So almost every time, whatever we do, we are building capacity on continuous basis. We build the capacity of youth in terms of skills. We build the capacity of youth in terms of entrepreneurship development. We build the capacity of the farmers in terms of what they are doing on the farms. And we build their capacity of the extension officers also to be able to deliver on what is necessary.
A large number of our youths are unemployed. So we started thinking of way out of it, and we decided to conduct a needs assessment. That needs assessment was able to give us a clearer picture of the kind of intervention we're supposed to have for these youths that we have within our community, and we're able to come up with particular skills that are required in FCT, particularly in the building industry, plumbing, POP, and in terms of auto mechanics and other skills that are really booming in the FCT. We had youths that were willing to participate in this particular trade. So we encouraged them and went to collaborate with other agencies in the FCT, particularly Agency for Mass Education and the Agency for Science and Technology in FCT. They provided us with a platform where these youths are trained in different trades, and I'm happy to say that they have graduated. So what we're trying to do is to link them up with microcredit scheme through some of the microfinance bank we are working with to give them loans to start their own business, even though some of them are already engaged, but we have asked them to come forward so that they can access this loan, because we don't want to have the previous mistake of buying these equipment and giving them and they sell them, but we link them up with our microcredit banks we're working with, and we know that the banks will be able to recover some of the funds they will give them directly, rather than government providing all the funds and the tools, and they may likely go and sell them.
The training is tailored to generate knowledge and experience that will contribute to the development of the individual and the nation at large. More than 1,000 youths were selected from the 6 area councils across the FCT to undergo the training. Nancy Samuel was trained in catering and confectionery. She used to be a cleaner at the National Hospital, Abuja. Now she's a qualified caterer and has taken up employment as a cook. She says now that she earns more money, she's able to help her siblings.
Honestly, I'm working as a cleaner in National Hospital in Abuja. So we are sitting in our house in Wuse Zone 6. So I saw some people, they are passing, and then they're sharing some papers. And then they come and meet me and ask me, please, can I join these people that they want to learn some things? I say, yes, I can join, but which type of handwork that they are teaching in? They said they have different type of handwork they are teaching people. So I asked them, said that I want to learn catering. Then is it catering department in there? They say yes. So honestly, they give me that form and fill the form. They send me that I will start the training. I say, okay, thank God, because I'm looking for something that God will help me. And then God answer my prayer and I'm starting this training. After that, I'm starting the training. I learned some many things in my life in that training work as a cook. As I started, I learned some many things in my life. From there, after we finish the training, they give us certificate, and then they give us certificate, and then I went out. So from there, I'm just sitting down. There is one time they are looking for cook in Gwarimpa. I just submit my CV in there. After I submit my CV in there, the woman my oga, she interviewed me. Say I know how to cook. I say yes, I know how to cook. Which type of food I know how to cook? I say some many foods I know how to cook. I know how to cook jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, vegetable soup, egusi soup, and afan soup and other things with Indian food. I know how to cook their food. She said okay. Say, please, can I work with her? I say yes. It's from there I started working with her, and then I get some many things. Now my life is a change. I'm better more than before. Before, when I'm working in National Hospital, I don't have much money that I will help my parents at home. But now that I have more money, I can help my parents with my brother in schooling. In other things, I can help them.
Hadiza Mohammed is one of the star students of the program. She emerged the best student after the training and got a new oven as gift on the graduation day.
I enjoyed the training because I benefit from the training from NDG, because I learned something that I believe with that training I will help myself and help my family. And today I'm the most happiest woman on this earth today that I collected award, I win my oven. You know, with this oven and by the will of God, I know I will make it in life.
Now the lady that used to earn 5,000 Naira weekly when she was selling masa now earns up to 50,000 Naira weekly baking wedding cakes.
I was still at home when a friend of mine, Ladidi, she now said they are taking women for a training at Zone 6 MDG. And I said, I'm interested. So she said we should go. So we went there together. So when we started training, I was very serious because I know and I believe that I will make it through that catering of a thing. So that is why I'm serious there. And to God be the glory. I understand what they are teaching us there, how to bake cake, snacks, you know, many things there. And the training is so fine and it's okay. They tried, the MDGs, they tried very well. The way they train us, I enjoy it. And when I was given an award, I never believed in my life that they would give me an award. But I was shocked and surprised when they called me that I'm the best student of the year. So I was very happy when I received my award there. So since there, I started my own catering of it at home. Although I didn't have shop for now, but I'm baking my cake at home, and at least I'm having customers.
Working with Hadiza is a lot of fun. She's a very funny person, even though sometimes she can be a bit lazy. At the same time, when it comes to the work, she's very hardworking. She's getting more and more perfect, especially after the training she had and came back to us. She taught us some things she learned from there. We too are using it to earn a living right now. and it has also helped her as a person. She's more busy than before now. In fact, she's always busy baking, unlike before, that she would just sit around in the house. It has really helped her.
Hadiza gets so much patronage that she needs extra hands to cope with demands. Eunice, Poi and others are fellow caterers, and they all come together to handle big jobs.
We are making a wedding cake. We used flour, butter, egg, sugar, spices. We used mixed fruits to bake the cake, after which we are icing it now. We are using fondant icing for this particular cake. We are making throw pillows. We used icing sugar, gelatin, glucose, CMC to mix them together. We'll dissolve our gelatin first, after which we add our glucose gum. We'll dissolve them together, then we'll mix the CMC with the icing sugar. We'll now pour and we'll now mix and mold to give us the paste. After which we'll add butter to the body of the cake just to stick the fondant to the body. And now we are covering the cake, after which we'll now decorate.
It's a great pleasure to serve under an organization like FCT MDGs, because actually the youth, when we went on the needs assessment, initially they were so skeptical on the whole program. They were thinking that because so many people, they thought that so many people had been coming and they couldn't hear anything from them, so they were not like complying, you understand. So later now, when they started seeing these things, that it has become a reality, they now key into it. Some of them are even calling. Really what I can say is we have so far achieved a tremendous, we have made a tremendous achievement, because you can see the people, we've trained over 1,000 youths across FCT. These youths are spread in the 6 area councils. We give them form to fill. After filling the forms, they will indicate the trade they want to do. And if they indicate those kind of trade, we now liaise with the training institutions. It is now the training institution that will train those youths for us. It depends, the training ranges from 3 months to 6 months. So after the training, we now link them up to entrepreneurship so that they can access loan and start those trades on their own.
To Hadiza and her business associates, the skills acquisition program of the FCT MDGs office came at the right time. Hadiza's children now attend private schools and she's building her own house now.
Before I started cake training, I was doing masa, and at least a week, I will get up to maybe 5,000. But now that I'm through with the training, I'm baking my own cake. In a week, I believe if I should have any wedding cake to bake, in a week, I will get no less than 50 or 60,000. I have 2 boys, and by then they are going to this government primary school, but now my little baby is going to this Redeemer Nursery and Primary School. At part time, I pay 28,000 Naira, because they are teaching very well there. You know, my life have changed, and I thank God and I thank FCT MDGs that they have changed my life today. To the extent I bought my own land, I'm building my own apartment today. So I'm proud of MDG.
You can really see from the impact assessment we are doing, Hadiza, like for Hadiza and the one that is making cake, you can see she's making up to 50 to 60,000. That is in a week. You could imagine the kind of impact, you understand? And the Nancy that is cooking, you could see she has her life has been for good. You understand? So they have really achieved a lot. And even Emmanuel Emmanuel that is doing electrical, he is also making it big. He said he's making up to 40, 50,000 in a month. You understand? So, and the beauty of it is that not even themselves, you will see each and every of these beneficiary has the capacity to employ at least 2. You understand? They have the capacity to employ the services of 2 youths. You could see Nancy you could see Hadiza, for example. She's employing about 4. So if you multiply 4 by over 1,000, you could see how far we have gone. So I can say really we have achieved a lot, and thank God for that.
The Skills Acquisition Program of the FCT MDGs Office is part of efforts to alleviate poverty and empower women and youths in the FCT. They collaborated with the FCT Agency for Science and Technology and FCT Agency for Mass Education to train the selected youths across the 6 area councils of the FCT. To actualize this goal, the FCT MDGs gave institutional grants to the training institutions. The objective is to empower youths and women through skills acquisition and vocational training for human capital development to make them self-reliant, create jobs, generate wealth, and reduce poverty. After the training, successful trainees will be linked with microcredit facility to enable them start up micro and small businesses.
This will go a long way to help the youth in the FCT, because let's not deceive ourselves. You will now graduate from university polytechnic, you understand? And you stay there, you sit back at home waiting for a white-collar job that is not there, the jobs that are not there. Why not look for a greener job that is available? You come, we link you up to this training institute, and you are on your own. Instead of looking for a job, you become an employer. You understand? You employ others. You become your own boss. And the beauty of it is that we will have peace in Abuja, because it is only when the youth are idle that they become migrants in the society. But if they are if they are involved in these trades and they are on their own, they have 1 or 2, then I'm telling you, the youth will not allow themselves to be used as migrants. They will be used. As good ambassadors, not even in their own locality, but they will be as good ambassadors in the nation at large.
Chairmen of all the 6 area councils in the FCT are appreciative of the efforts FCT MDGs is making in their local communities. They said they were able to channel their meager resources to other areas of development because FCT MDGs came to their rescue in agri empowerment, rural health care, and other vital people-oriented projects.
The little resources we have, which wouldn't have been enough for us to venture into this, we have given a kind of relief in such a way. So we have been able to put our scarce resources into other areas. For example, if you look at the 7.8 kilometer asphalted road we have constructed, if not for the MDG intervention, by the time we had ventured into most of these water projects, that project would have seen the light of the day. So the impact to our community is very, very positive, and people appreciate what really MDG has done for them. And similarly, people who buy water on daily basis today in most communities, like you have problems like waterborne diseases and all that, that has been reduced to the barest minimum in my area council.
To discover that there are things that the area council cannot be able, or we are incapacitated to do it, but with the help of MDG, in fact, our people are enjoying such of things. In fact, you are elevated in such of things. So I'm seeing it is something that we have to continue to maintain, to make sure they are still functioning very, very well, to enable our people to benefit what MDG has put in place.
From what I've seen in MDG so far, I will give you an instance. In Gaba community, they put farmers together, knowing fully that this is what they do in community to earn their livings. So they'll be able to put them together, ginger them, put more energy on them, strengthen them, and provide such amenities as needed to go on mechanized farming. I think, as far as I'm concerned, it's something that has to do with their economy, to boost the economy of the community. They produce, sell, use the proceeds to send their children to school. It's a plus. So it has to do with the economies, and we are happy for. Likewise, in Tungambijun and other communities within Buarea Council, they have been doing likewise. So they are providing more on our economic sector to our people to be able to educate their children.
These are very important programs, even to the area council. But maybe because of the meager resources to the area councils, we were not able to establish this. The joy of it is that it has been established. What remains is how to sustain it. And the cost of sustaining it is less to the cost of initiating the program. And I can assure you that with the understanding and what we saw, the benefits and the views of the people in the interior will even encourage the area council to sustain it. And how we do it is to take it into consideration when we come to the drawing of our budget in any year.
As a local government chairman, I've also been following with very keen interest, monitoring to see whether some of those things have direct bearing on the people, and it has quite been tremendous. I could remember in 2010 when I was recontesting for the second time in office as the chairman of Kujera Council. I visited, let me mention a particular community, Baope. You know, Baope, I went there. I was so happy when I saw our women there, just with a wrapper, tied wrapper, fetching this kind of a pipe-borne water, which is not common in most of the communities in the villages, where people see water is assumed is only in town and the rest cities, which is not proper. But MDG has come, going down to the rural areas, giving this water to the people. I saw it again in Gbaokuchi. It was so marvelous that local people, and tremendously it's assisted me, because what is happening is that what the council has at its disposal cannot be adequate for us in a area council that has over 200 villages for us to be able to make provision of water to every community. And so seeing me there on my campaign, in fact, it was an easy going for me there. So tremendously, the impact of the MDG is being felt all over the area council.
There are some benefits to be derivable from the MDG's intervention. Number one, it saves the government some funds. It's an augmentation by the MDG to the government at the local level. Funds which were otherwise would have been used in those areas will now be used elsewhere. Like now, we have our own PHC clinics which we have constructed, and the areas that we were not able to reach has now been reached by the MDG.